Okay. Let me start recording now that we're in a game. And just verify my settings. Yeah, everything seems correct. So, gonna mostly be focusing on in this first game, from what Ben Max is asking. Awareness of like what the team is doing. So a lot of it is just gonna be when to look back and just basically gathering the information that helps you make better decisions, right? And a little bit of how to play this map, which I guess is partly about the information, right? Like reading the terrain and stuff like that, and what is favorable for you. Ball is engaging, I can see the cooldowns, so that helps indicate when I should go in. My team is out, right? I'm looking that they're out, so I'm taking a more conservative position. Ball is in. I'm gonna need to try to avoid doing a lot of hindsight narration because I know from experience that I'll never be able to catch up. So I can always answer questions, specific questions about fights after the game. Okay. Right now I'm kind of stuck in this room, so I just have to wait for the Scarecrow to walk into me or something. My front line is chilling, so I don't have to rush anything. Ball is left. My team is far back. So I need to be careful here with my approach. Okay, backline is walking up. So I have more freedom to walk up. I don't think that nade is worth committing on. Backline is walking back, I'm gonna rotate a bit back.
Nano boost administered.
Is my ball going in? Yes. My backline is very scary. So like, my ball solo diving into 4 people is usually not gonna do enough, yeah? Okay. Team is chilling. And I don't have to.
I mean, as long as you're getting.
As long as I'm getting what?
As long as you're getting point progress, it doesn't really matter, I suppose.
Okay. Have wing ult, my backline is very passive. Lost track of my ball. Lost ball. They're just pushing me. Okay. Yeah, the one thing I will say is that like my approach is not gonna be perfect, but I'm trying to showcase how looking at my team can help inform my decisions, right? When I can push and actually go make plays, or when maybe I should look to back up, or at least not peek, right, and lose HP for nothing. Like right now, for example, my ball is engaging too early, my backline is still walking up. We cannot do anything on here. Oops, sorry. Okay, let's keep rotating for a bit. I cannot really continue there without deflect. Ball is in. It's a good thing that I actually looked there, because otherwise I would not have found my ball engaging their backline. Cannot continue there too far. Oh, deflect did not go up in time. Gonna have some good outs here. I'm not tracking their ult economy right now from what I'm focusing on. Clear some space first. My ball is in too early. I might have to touch. I'm gonna check. We're fine. We have time. That's a lot of damage. Okay. No mega. A shame.
Best round lost.
Okay. I think that for the most part, in terms of like positioning, I'm doing well because there aren't many places I can play to force my close range. Like, you saw when I leaned towards the left side that like I couldn't really find engagements on the backline, even when my ball engaged, because it's so easy for them to shrug off my ball's engaged when my backline is playing that far back. So leaning towards the right was good. And then because my backline was playing so far back and constantly dealing with dies and everything, and my ball was not able to get good enough setups for him to commit, I just couldn't really move. I was just doing the game of wait, get more point progress, and then yeah. Because I couldn't really push, and walking back made no sense.
At the same time, their DPS couldn't get an angle on your backline, so
yeah, exactly.
It evens out.
Exactly. But that's why the information is so important of like me checking where my backline is. Because if I just assume they're pushing up because my ball is pushing up, then I'm gonna get burned because I'm gonna engage 1v4 or 2v4 on my ball. Whereas my team at backline is in bad position. Not an isolated 1v1 anymore. We're actually just fighting this. Ooh, that's a cuss. Backline is distracted. Ball is in. Backline is far though, so we don't have to do anything. Ball is going in. Nice. Don't know why my game is lagging. Hello, FPS. Okay. What is happening? Hello? Just chill. Ball is coming back. Don't waste time with their ball, please. Oh, it's a Kiriko. Ah, that's interesting.
We have to get them off the point.
Okay. It's fine. I should have deflected because he is always gonna die in that position. I just need to not secure it, but yeah.
Finally, a real challenge.
Okay, it's quick play. They lost one. They should get them back. Yeah. Okay, my team is gonna be dealing with ball. I don't really have to help with that, or can really help. So, just gonna watch my ball, watch their enemy team's positioning, and see if I can follow up or not. I think Cassidy is walking inside. Oh, so deep.
Nano boost administered.
Okay, what's happening? My backline is in bad positions.
It's happening.
I am unbreakable. We have to get them off the point.
I slept the target. Double. Enemy in sight. I'm on fire. Come on, try.
Okay. I don't think they have a touch. I have a little bit of time for questions or anything like that.
Rocket barrage incoming. One.
I like that you used the downtime during Cassidy's Deadeye to move up closer. So that when your ball slams, you can dash at them. I probably would have made a mistake of trying to deflect the Deadeye there, even though I know I absolutely should not be doing that.
It's not
Especially
actually
when
bad.
it's on a 10-second cooldown.
It's not actually bad if your team is in trouble, but
Well,
I
yes,
knew that my team was all behind cover, right? Nobody was even able to fight in that situation. So because of all that information, I could just D-peek, save my deflect setup.
One.
Round 3. Capture the objective.
There are Mercy question mark? That lane is very slow. All is coming in. Can win this angle. I don't like this. Ooh, that's I'm gonna return a bit. My backline is too passive. I just wanna pressure Mercy a bunch to stop res and stuff like that.
I am restored.
Okay, what's the situation? A mess. That's the situation. Okay, a little bit confusing there at the end. Did not do the best job keeping track of everything. But you can see the importance again. And this is something that I'm even starting to realize that I should be doing more myself. In terms of like this looking around. Because by noticing that my backline is so slow while the Mercy can just pocket the aggressive angles of the DPS, I took a second to reset after me and Ball looked to go forward and found nothing with her cooldowns, right? And that allowed me to actually spot the BAP instead of just dying, going for a play, assuming where my team was. Okay, my team is fine. Brig is even pushing.
I see you join me at the objective.
Maybe you should just stay out of my way.
Backline is blocking up, which is nice. My team is fine.
I'm on top of the world.
Where's my ball set up? Because if ball set up close, then I might look for an early blade. I'm just gonna be mindful of when to go in. This is a little bit silly. I'm taking such a silly risk on purpose, just like kind of the words are failing me, but like kind of showcase the concept, because like their Cassidy has no hinder, that already helps, a little bit distracted, so that helps me actually be able to make that play work somehow, right? And even like I could either have gotten out or just like actually even killed Chu if I was better on the Mercy. Took me a little bit too long on that kill, but you can see the rationale, right? Like me looking at where my ball is positioning to know where should I position myself to be able to follow up. That's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you would like to chat before I look into another game? Because it's hard to do so while actually playing.
Nothing comes to mind.
Cats coach?
Nah, not really.
Okay. But yeah, the one fight that I was really happy with was the first fight of third round, which I even mentioned in the moment. Yeah. Because like our cycles, now I can't really look to engage, not at this range, right? Ball already went in, can't really look to engage. And look at where my backline is, like they have not developed anything at all. So we cannot keep going by any means because we don't have an anti-nade setup that we're looking to go on at any moment, right? Or even damage pressure from her. So because I looked back, I actually just did this. I just chilled. I chilled point to stall, allow my cooldowns to reset, and then be able to follow up on a new opportunity that arrived later. Either it be from my team setting something up, like ball here, like I could have just gone on this Cassidy, for example, or just on the map that I saw low HP on the right because of my Pharah. So I think that that's a really good example, and honestly that might have won the game. Because the thing of the King of the Hill is that, like, if you lose the first fight, you are like, I believe it's like 75% of the time the team that wins first fight wins the round.
That does make sense. You guys won one fight first round, and the second fight took so long that you went to like 95%.
Yeah, and usually they're either like, because you have stronger positioning and stronger ult charge, you can start snowballing fights until around 99%. Then the enemy dumps their ults, they finally have better ult economy, right? They win. Then they abuse their advantage until you farm your ult at 99% and then you win back, right? That's oftentimes the King of the Hill loop that makes it seem close when it really isn't. So, and that's to an extent something that you could even think about and be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take that as a tip. When it's like last fight on King of the Hill, it seems like if we just win this, the round is over, so I should commit ult. No, maybe just let the enemy team ult and then come back with ult and then just get the point back, right? If you think that you can win with the ult, then sure, go for it, right? But you have to be realistic about it. And something that I also like about the last game is the whole aspect of like, how do I play with characters that are not dive, right? Or maybe like Anna, who is a character that's often played in dive but is not mobile, right? Like, how do I synchronize my pressure with them? Well, we just saw. Right? Moving up when they have sightlines, when they have setups, maybe playing more passively when they don't, right? Etc. Okay. What should I focus on now?
As does failure. Stay sharp. It's harder to keep you alive when you're distracted.
Anything come to mind, Cat Squelch?
Hello there.
And nothing you have been struggling with that you would like me to go over, for example?
Well, just like my decision making, probably.
I see a mix of close range and low range characters. Against the close range characters, I'm gonna be looking to mark them more than anything. Much less likely to kill them. I'm also gonna have to be ready to give space if the fights are going badly. Against the long range characters, I'm either gonna be bullying them up close if my setup is good enough, or in the case of where Disash is playing, she's playing too far back. She has no relevant sightlines on my team, so I don't have to force a play. Okay, Venture is going on the flank. My setup is not gonna allow me to mark her. So I'm gonna actually just do what my setup allows me to do, which is just like shoot what's close, right? Now this is awkward because I did not land enough damage. But I did not chase the Venture, which is good. I am dead here. Did not need to actually
Honestly,
there.
I was going to ask on how to play this first bit of the map better on defense. Just forgot to.
It's highly contextual, like you can hold a lot of different positions based on what the enemy is playing. Like I could have played hotel to mark the Venture, I could have played top left if the enemy backline like was afraid of them rotating there, right, like this position. It really depends on like what you were judging to be the most important thing for you to do, and then positioning accordingly for it, right? Like I was just trying to mark the hit scans that were gonna be picking from main, so I was playing around statue. They're not even pushing point right now. I don't need to die here. I'm gonna correct my earlier mistake.
No holding back. Say, I am here.
It's gonna be a long detour, but Venture is also just like completely gone, so it doesn't matter. Venture is trying to ambush me. I cannot believe him. Oh, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, I should not be able to get away with that. I forgot.
They
about
got
the
you,
ball
but at what
respawning.
cost?
Nah, I should have lived that. I forgot about the ball respawning.
Stop that payload.
Problem is that I was not really taking attention at a relevant time. That's why it was important for me to live. Okay. Right now we have to reclaim space, so I'm just gonna be fighting this Venture. Actually, Bob is biggest threat. There you go, prevent Bob. Aim, hello. Okay. Oh, my FPS now, cool. I'm rushing my shots for no reason. Not gonna die for no reason.
I need healing.
Special delivery.
Backlane is blocking me up. I really want to get into this fight.
Enemy turret ahead.
Aw. Oh, that was well played, Rebel. Ooh. My bad. I was distracted. I was just thinking, okay, downtime. Let me think about ult economy. But I guess now I have extra downtime, so I used every ult except Bob. Actually, I haven't heard him use Bob. So in theory, I should be marking Ash in this fight. I'm gonna see if I can still mark Ash or not.
Incoming. Enemy turret ahead.
I don't think I can make something out of that play. They're not low enough. Since we're down tank though, I am gonna play a little bit more aggressively though. Because we need to make something happen. Yeah. Bob there helps too. And also, if I saw that we had support outs, I would be playing safe. Because then we can actually drag the fight out.
Excavation initiation. Rally to me. Do something. Cover each other.
I'm surprised Ash lived. I'm gonna have to hope my team, yeah, they don't have any ults. Actually, I have Blade here. Oh, nice job, team. Good stagger. 1 minute and 30 still. Everything except Venture out, I believe. Have Bob. Not having support ults here sucks. So I really don't want to deal with Venture right now. I wanna set up for my ult. Love to ult and then kill Ilari. Oh, that works too. A little bit messy. Okay, they're just entering now. I have Bob for Bob, I have support ults, I don't have to rush. Ball rage quits. That's funny. I don't understand why people do that. It's just 20 seconds left on the game, bro. Just play. Okay, right now I just want to chill and follow up because we have good ult laying, so I don't have to force any crazy plays. You can see it like when max bobs, so the bob damage and the bob pressure are like no issue at all, etc. Yeah. I took it upon me to just like figure out what of my decision making I wanted to focus on because it is a pretty broad topic, but I hope that what I talked about was useful to you, Cat's Coach. Basically just trying to figure out my role in any given fight based on the information I had available in terms of ultimates and special character picks and positions. Yeah. Again, anything you would like to quickly talk about, or should I queue again?
Nothing comes to mind, and unfortunately, I must go for now.
Alrighty.
But thank you for your time.
No problem. Have a good one.
See ya. I'm gonna take the silence as a no, so I'll queue again.
Oh yeah, nah.
I do think I could have played better at times, but again, it's the same thing as before in the other game where it's hard to one narrate everything and two, you're always gonna be sacrificing something. There's always the trade-off. So during fights that I was trying to do like hindsight talking, my positioning and decision making were hindered because I was not actually spending that time thinking about those, right? Heck,
You're
one of
busy
those times,
commentating.
yeah. Heck, one of those times I got caught by the Venture hiding up top, right? So there is that. But overall, I think that there were a lot of solid ideas. And more importantly, like, there are some trends in terms of like, oh, okay, finding, like, thinking about how my range matches into their range to know where to position for each matchup, right? So maybe a little bit more range versus the Venture, unless I'm actually going for a kill. Maybe a little bit closer, like only close range against like the Ashe and whatnot, right? And also the kinds of positions that I have to hold to earn the types of engagements, right? Like hotel to mark Venture, top left or statue to mark the hit scans, right? The Ashe, the Alari. Gonna just categorize the Alari and Wu Yang as like quote unquote hit scans here because they just fall under the umbrella of like big range pressure. But those are like the decisions that you should be thinking about overall in the match, and they're not gonna change too much. It's just how you apply in each area of the map. But there are also some more interesting ideas that I also discussed about the ult economy and even some unconventional approaches of like taking some risks or like when to take some risks, etc. Alrighty. What now?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Have a new match, we can keep with the same topic, we can go to something else.
Bob's taking three.
Stop the payload.
Or I can even just not narrate and let you try to figure out why I'm doing things for this topic.
I mean, you like the thing from like struggling, or just like super broad, and I just have to like organize it out. Like how you said, decision making was like pretty broad. So maybe like scouting out information, maybe. It's like
One thing that I'll say here, and you're gonna see me AFK a bunch, is that I kind of right now want to go in backline, but the backline is too far, so I'm just chilling in a position that lets me hit backline when they get close. I could be marking the Doom and Genji, but right now I can't be bothered to chase them. So I just want to go in backline 24/7. Probably not what you should do, but I'm just gonna put the disclaimer out there.
Watch out.
Even more now when it's only Doom up close. He's so fast with the nano. The nano perk.
yeah.
I don't like the way that my ball is engaging though. You can see how garbage it was for me to engage on anyone. Because there was not enough damage or a good enough setup to go on anything. And because my ball was taking so long and just wasting time spinning around doing nothing and taking a bunch of damage, I felt pressure to do something. Because we cannot just like not do anything forever, right? Like the reason why I was able to do nothing before is because the backline was AFK. They had no relevant sidelines. In that fight, everyone was getting worn down. My backline was getting worn down by Doom. My ball was getting worn down by engaging too early. So I had to take an engagement at some point, and so I thought the Zen engagement is good enough. Right? But it was a hard one.
Try something different next.
Essentially, like based on the amount of activity you see in a fight, right? Like the amount of people that are engaged in combat, and like the resources that they have, you can essentially just like measure the amount of urgency that there is for like you to do something. Like right now I don't feel much urgency because the enemy team is not in relevant positions and my team is just chilling for the most part. Yeah, my team is still chilling. The enemy team is developing positions though, so I should look for something soon. Okay, do a low rank lobby. If this Mercy is doing that. It's a shame, it's the downside of quick play. But nothing I can do about that. And cast now, they're all in and countering the ball. Big thing is that my ball can still engage. So as like ball might die. But as long as I'm paying attention to the engagements properly, I can make the death worth it, essentially. Yeah. I guess one thing that I could narrate here and quickly talk about is that like a lot of this you are gonna see that like I already know the answers to because of experience, but some of it you're gonna have to figure out on the spot, right? So you basically use these ideas of like range and whatnot to categorize characters. You think about like the cooldowns that they have and how that might change your approach, right? And then ultimately you test different ideas, right? And see what works for you or what doesn't.
Enemy here.
10 seconds
If
remaining.
we hold them here, we win. Rally to me.
Wing has good angle, my team is pretty active. Okay, we're even. Looked quickly at the kill feed. I suck. I did not look at my ult chart, that's the one thing I didn't do. Now, to be fair, if Even if I did look at my ult charge, it doesn't change my approach there. Unless I know they have the MP. So that's just like me not tracking MP. That's it. I wanna play close here. I want my team to move up, yeah. My team is playing far enough up for me to play here, which is good. Because we need to stop them before they take space with the amount of range pressure they have. Because like getting out of this choke is miserable for them. Need a ball not to troll by engaging too early here though. Okay, there you go, all of them for engage. I'm gonna take it slow because I cannot engage the backline. I can live. I'm gonna try to hear Somber chase. No, I don't think I can wait for AMP.
Hey, it's Kiko.
And again, that's the whole point earlier about just like looking at what your team is doing and where they are.
I am here.
Oh. I got the greedy pushing. It's just mispositioning there for the deflect. I wanted to deflect his shots into the lamp.
Enemy spotted.
What did you have to say?
You're mine now. But good.
What?
I thought that you had something to say there. If you opened your mic. Okay, okay. I don't know what ults they have. I'm just expecting some ults. I'm probably just gonna follow up on the MP because that's the safe bet for me to be able to make my plays. Otherwise, I'm just going late in terms of ults. Like that play is just because I have a really strong setup. That I can just do that and just live and be fine.
I am repaired.
Keep an eye out.
40 seconds left. I don't quite think it is worth it to ult on their spawn. Like if it was 20 seconds left, like maybe. Like now, like maybe ulting that would be fine. A little bit messy, I wanted to change targets to the Cassidy. And yeah, it took some risk because that blade wasn't the best. But I really wanted to force it just to showcase the idea there. To be fair, I guess that like I shouldn't have done for it now that I think about it. Because the big thing is that blade works if it's like a stagger blade, right? Because a stagger blade is gonna be really easy because just like 1 or 2, like I have a lot of tools to outplay those. And then because there's very little time remaining, those are guaranteed picks for the next fights. Like to a certain extent it's similar to this one, where just like I just press Q and they die. And it's just like guaranteeing a fight win. I don't know. Maybe I'm forcing the comparison there.
Dagger blade? Wait, like, alright, what is that exactly?
Your mic was cutting off a bit. Can you try to repeat?
Or like, what exactly is a stagger blade?
So like a stagger, right? I think you're familiar with what a stagger means, right?
Yeah.
A stagger blade would be essentially
Oh
the
no,
same
I
thing,
get it.
right? You're just blading to get the stagger. Usually that is not thought to be all that good, but in specific situations it can be worth it. Like, if you cannot get the stagger normally but you can with blade, and the stagger is worth a fight, then yes, you should do it. So, moments when it is worth it is when like the timer is really low. So it's either you blade now and guarantee 1 pick in a 1v1, or you blade later and try to guarantee 1 pick in a 2v1 or a 3v1 or whatever, right? Because more people are gonna be there to deal with you. I guess it would be a 1v2 or 1v3. So that's kind of like the point, right? It's just in certain situations that blade that isn't in a proper fight, right? It's either too early for a fight or too late and the fight's already closed, essentially, ends up actually giving you the same value of just winning a fight or getting that pick in a fight. So I'm trying to think if there are other situations where a stagger blade is worth it other than like the very end of a round. I guess another situation might be in like push or King of the... I mean, no, in King of the Hill... I mean, King of the Hill, yeah, it's the same concept. Flashpoint, again, it's the same concept, right? Like, you get a pick at like... You just guarantee a late pick in like the 60-70% range. That player is not going to be back for the fight. So I was trying to think about something different. Maybe in push, where you getting some late picks guarantees that your team, rather than having to fight to... Let's say that the enemy team has 4 checkpoints. You blade to guarantee some late picks, so that instead of the enemy team being able to take a fight before they lose the checkpoints, you guarantee that they can only take it after you have already removed their checkpoints. Because otherwise they're taking a 4v5, right? Because of the stagger that you got. So that would be a situation outside of the timer that a stagger blade might be worth it, right? Might also be some like ultimate shenanigans where like you just really want to have someone gone for a fight, or at least be late for the fight because they have an ultimate that you have no answer to. So maybe you stagger blade an Ana, and then you call for your team to take and the next fight very proactively, essentially catching the enemy team off guard in a position where they think that they are just safely waiting for the person to be back, and then you afterwards you win the 4v5 or the 5v4 here. So in that case, you turn the stagger blade into a proper fight win. You just dragged out the fight win over 2 smaller engagements, let's call it, or 1 small and 1 big engagement. So that is also another situation where you can do it. It just requires more team coordination. So there are a lot of ways that you can implement this. It's quite interesting to think about. So the main point of this is just for you to think about how much value your blade is getting and if it is worth it, essentially. And this is why I talked about in my blade guide. I didn't give like specific rules. Oh, your blade should get at least 1 kill or 2 kills or whatnot. No. What do you think, or how much value do you think that your blade can get here? Is it enough value? If so, press the button. That's it. Because what value is can vastly differ, right? One of the examples that I gave in the video was a blade that was literally just meant to touch point. And then as a bonus I got to dodge EMP. So I traded 1 for 1 on top of touching point. So that was a 0k, I made space with that blade, it was worth it. It's more about just like expanding your horizons, like opening your mind to new ideas, than necessarily about like what specifically you can do. Like, I'm not trying to get you to decorate. I don't think decorate means what I think it means in English. To memorize, that's the word. I'm not trying to get you to memorize when to blade. I'm just throwing ideas so that you can figure some cool blades on your own, you know?
Yeah.
Because I go for these all the time. Heck, one blade I was thinking about was on this map. When the enemy team was getting checkpoints. And I was blading 1v5 essentially because my whole team was dead. But in a vacuum it was a 1v3. Because it was just enemy supports and a tank. And the tank was a Reinhardt, so he couldn't touch me. And I was in position to blade the supports. So I killed both supports, died. And this made sure that we just won the fight right there. Even though it was 1v5, quote unquote. Because the enemy team couldn't push down supports. So they got the checkpoint and they immediately backed off. So I won the fight going 1v5, essentially. Which is kind of cool to think about because of all the details of the situation. Okay. I need to close the gap here. Okay. mistake. Am I gonna get killed by my team here? No, okay, I'm backing up. It's a shame. I really need my supports to actually take proactive positioning. Otherwise, this is gonna be rough. Because I lose on the poke trade against them. I have so much poke damage.
Enemy turret destroyed.
At least the enemy team is not really making good leeway here. Because I'm being able to hold this angle. And my support can then sit safely there.
The enemy moves. We must stop them.
And yeah, and in a situation like this, rather than forcing a play in the backline, a play that is unlikely, I just chill and play for an enemy mistake. And obviously, like, if the Sojourn made a mistake, pushed up too close, or I landed a lot of damage, then I would engage there, but I didn't, right?
Take the robot.
Enemy turret. Grab it.
Oh, that's a shame. I need my team to walk. There I just sucked. I should have killed the Mercy on my own. Does not help that my backline is actually just completely okay though. My Ana seems like she's doing anything because she has 1k damage. That 1k damage is on the Diva. She has not dealt like a single point of damage to species I don't think. But this is weird. I guess I'm gonna push points. Yeah, Life Weaver can get points now.
Now we push. Do not falter.
I'm unaware of their ult economy, unfortunately. Not gonna play around with headshots. And in fact, I'm gonna take this time and set up the left side, because if I don't cross now, I'm never gonna cross.
Don't stop pushing me.
Life protects life.
I don't find it likely that I'll get a kill on supports, so I'll not actually position aggressively on them. I'm gonna position safely, or in a flexible position rather, that way I can shoot Diva, for example.
Nerf this.
Okay.
Look at that push bot go.
Have sustain.
No one can stop me.
Ah. Jumped a little bit too more far up than I thought you could. If I reach one swing, she dies. I think that the reason she jumps so high is because of the perk.
Turret ahead. Find yourself. I am healed. They have a turret.
Let's tap into the wasteland.
Okay, I misclicked my buttons. I deflected and dashed.
Time for spring. I believe the robots are off with us. Don't you?
This is a weird matchup.
Will always precede victory.
But noticing you're like picking the Dragon's Thirst perk. Is that like your preference or?
Right now it is my
Like-
preference. I kind of go in phases where I like only pick Swift Cuts or only pick Dragon's Thirst.
Like I want to get good at Swift Cuts, but like I just find it so hard to get value out of.
Diva is very balanced into our supports. To be fair, it's their fault for picking these supports into Diva and not swapping. Okay. We're down to hard to set up. We just have to give checkpoints. I don't like it, but what can we do? Feed like we're doing?
Enemy forward.
Stop the robot.
Show them what you've got. Enemy turret ahead. Life protects life. Behind.
Oh, I really wanted the... It's not a good play, I really just wanted to land the combo. Oh, I don't even have meditation yet. I have not been dealing damage at all. But yeah, that's partly because of the whole backline thing, where my supports are playing too far back, so I do not get to really have chances to kill backline or even set up on backline, which leads my damage to be lower. It's either that or I just feed 1v4.
Eyes on a target.
Helden sterben nicht. Let's take him to the wasteland.
I don't think he hit anyone.
They stole the robot from us.
And she's now dead. I have nano coming back, I can nano blade this.
Up and at him.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. Good job game. I'm pretty sure I just animation cancelled wrong and cancelled my second swing on Torb. That's not the game's fault.
Possession of the robot.
Nerf this.
Might be too late for me to be playing at least on this energy level. So this might be my last year. I do love how the Mercy assumes that like height equals safety, when it really isn't. Not when I'm setting me up for that, at least. And she's just completely disregarding my setup. So she's basically the type of player that doesn't adapt. She just has an approach that she thinks works well and just does that every time.
Life protects life.
Overtime.
Okay, thank you. He always stops shooting.
Stay with the robot.
Enemy forward spawn.
Yeah, I had a feeling they had Sonic there.
They're going to love this.
Forward spawn.
Moving along now.
Enemy turret ahead.
I love this. My Reaper goes away from the angle that sets his character up to go main to do nothing and get poked out by Hanzo and Torb and everyone. I had a little bit of hope. I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna go in, my Reaper is gonna follow me, we're gonna get a pick here, especially now that we're down one, we need to do something, and then my Reaper is just AFK rotating to a bad position. And you can't even go ahead and be like, oh, in high rank, people are not gonna do that. No, they will. They will, unfortunately. I could count on like my fingers the amount of, let's say, Lucio players that have supported my angles, doing like, let's say, that exact flank on the map, which is like extraordinarily strong. In fact, one of the only plays that you have on that area of the map to do as Genji, rather than sitting main. Like the Lucio will always sit main, heal bot the team, doing absolutely nothing, shooting the enemy for negative damage, against a composition that has much more poke, lose, and then blame you for not getting kills. It's a team game.
Always.
If the enemy team is
never
playing
heal.
right and you're playing and your team is playing wrong, then what can you do? Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. What did you have to say?
Like Alicia will always speed boost. And it's like the only way they throw. Like either just speed boost or like
I was watching the Spyler review on like the Overwatch CS finals. Between Alcatz and TM. And one of the great things that the TM does is just like they support quartz on angles. So it's like Quartz takes an angle mid-fight, and I believe it's mainly like Funny Astro on Lucio. Just going in there and actually helping him out, to speed him, to provide heals, to provide the boop in case someone wants to push him with mobility, etc. And it's crazy how strong that is. And then you go into ranked and then you hope that your teammates are gonna do that ever, and then no. They're gonna play their character wrong and they're gonna throw blame on you. When you're the only one that's trying to do the right thing and you're only failing because they're playing wrong. That's why, like an A especially, tends to think that characters like Cassidy and Ashe and whatnot are stronger, because they don't understand how to play characters like Genji and Lucio or Dive in general. Like most of NA at least, most of NA ranked. I guess I shouldn't say so much about Pro without actually having that knowledge, but and that's something that I could even argue about Genji players in general. How many Genji players do you know? Maybe you have even been that player yourself at one point, where you think like, oh, okay, I can't get value on Genji, but I swap to Cassidy and get double the value for half the effort. Well, here's the thing: if you that statement means that you're playing Genji wrong. So yes, of course, Cassidy is gonna get more value, because the way that you play Genji wrong is that you poke too much of him at range, which is the positions that are good for the hit scans. Not always, but generally favor them. So then you make the swap and then you think Genji sucks and the hit scan is OP when you're just playing one character wrong and one character quote unquote right. So it's a bad faith argument.
Yeah, I feel like I'm that player, low key. Like I'll play Genji and like go pretty badly, and then swap Reaper, and then suddenly like, oh, I'm way better now. Usually, occasionally.
There are absolutely situations where swapping will help you, especially if you have the hero pool to do so. Right? Like you're not just swapping to a character that you're 2 ranks below the one that you just swapped from. But a lot of the times, people have these moments without even realizing, right? Where they're playing the character wrong and then they swap to another character that for that playstyle works better, and then they assume that the character was bad rather than their playstyle being wrong. Like that's again same thing as we were talking about before I was even recording here, about like people being good at like realizing a problem and not necessarily understanding what was causing the problem, right? Yeah. There, to a certain extent in ranked, like if your team is doing wrong, let's say you're Lucius healbotting the team and trying to speed boost your I guess speed boosting your hit scan isn't even bad if your hit scan is on an angle, but like your hit scan that's sitting main, then your Lucius kind of throwing. I guess in those situations you have to play accordingly, right? You're gonna still probably want to play angles, you're just gonna have to be more conservative with the angles. But you're just gonna have to accept that like you're gonna try to adapt, you're gonna do the best in the situation. Probably not gonna change too much, you're probably still gonna lose. So you shouldn't be like sad that you lose in that situation. It's just like, hey, your team is a variable you can control, so sucks. Go next. Okay. Alrighty. Anything else? Or we can close this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like from what I've been doing so far in the matches, there have been no questions. So maybe this is the exception.
Oh. I can find one.
If you don't have one right now, then no worries. And
Nah,
then
not
after if you have any, you can always just throw them in any of the chats, and then I'll help, or someone else will. So yeah, I hope this was helpful, and yeah, we can do probably gonna do one of these again in like a month for like the gameplay. I've been kind of trying to do like a rotating between gameplay, coaching, live coaching, and some sort of like discussion either on a topic or like the meta or some other type of discussion. But maybe I'll ask the patrons for new ideas soon, if this rotation is isn't the best, or Or people just have better ideas. Yeah.